this is my current setup. That's the CORSAIR One. The detailed info is below, but I believe it's the model number is i160. i160. It's an Intel i9, and it has 32 gigs of RAM. I purchased it probably a couple of years ago, and my biggest issue with this, if you want to say it is an issue. It runs everything, runs very well, it does gaming very well, but when I'm doing things with my video, when the process of putting my videos together sometimes, especially with 4K or rendering video, I use it. My belief is that if I get a gaming laptop, it'll pretty much do everything I need it to do, which is game and process my videos. Rendering shouldn't be an issue, things like that. So my issue with the computer is that sometimes I have maybe a few things running, 3, 4, 5 different things running, and I will get a slowdown. The reason I get a slowdown is, I believe, is because of the speed of the heating up of the computer, because of so many processes going on. So instead of the fan on top, this one that's just under there, and I'll show you the fan, instead of the fan kicking in at, well, you know what, even if it kicks in at its highest, I believe it's only a 1600 RPM hard drive, 1600 RPM fan, and it only kicks up to that. I barely hear it. I could feel it when I put my hand over it. If the computer's overheating, I can feel the fan kick in. Right now I don't feel anything at all. But whenever I'm doing any major processes, I feel the fan going off, but I don't hear it. So and what happens is the computer actually slows down because it's overheating. So if the CPU is overheating, memory or the hard drive or the internal parts, because it is a small case, since the fan is only 1600 RPM, it's just not getting that flow of heating out of the computer. It's just not pulling that heat out fast enough so that the CPU doesn't have to slow down because of overheating. I think that's what's occurring. So I'm hoping that this new fan that I purchased from Amazon, which is right here, solves the issue. So this is the actual fan itself. I do have, within the BIOS, I maxed out the fan. There's a configuration that you do that you can have the fan max out in the BIOS, and it's still not cooling off the PC fast enough. So I purchased this. This is a 3000 RPM hard drive. Sorry, I keep saying hard drive. 3000 RPM fan that I purchased on Amazon, and I'm hoping that this will solve the issue. I don't think I'll need the screws because it has screws inside. Let me pull it out of the packaging. Measuring the cable from the fan. I took the fan out of the packaging. It's about 15 1/4 inches total. I'm gonna call it 1/4. Maybe 3/8, I'm not sure. Hold on. Okay, so that's end to end. Maybe half now. But it's over 15 inches. Over 15 inches. Comes with a set of screws. 4. I have pictures at the end detailed of the fan so you could get a better look at the fan details. It's 4-pin. And it has like a rubber coating over the cables to protect it. this is the actual fan itself. It has rubber ends, I guess, for vibration, to reduce vibration. Rubbery. The rest of it is plastic. It's the info on the fan. And it should have the direction I should be facing this. There it goes. So it should be placed on the top here so it can exhaust. That's the direction it should be facing. Alright, let me just show you the current fan, the default fan that's in there, the 1600 RPM one that came with the computer, and you'll hear that you won't hear much. I'm currently running Stress My PC, which is free software I've had for the longest. And it just stresses your PC to the max. It's supposed to. So you can see under MSI Dragon, CPU usage is 100%, frequency. Everything is very high, and you can barely hear the fan. But for some reason, the system fan is, the RPMs are just not coming up at all. If I show you the rest here, you can see that CPU usage 100%, system fan nothing. I can't get the case fan to come up. I went into the BIOS and everything, and I can't even see it in the BIOS. So I don't know what's going on with the signaling between the case fan and the system. If I remember correctly, the last time I was in there, I could see the RPMs, but right now I can't. Anyway, I'm changing it out, so it really doesn't mean anything. If you can hear, I'm going to put it close. You can barely hear the fan. It is on. It's at 1600 RPMs, I believe. According to the specs I found online, it is 1600 RPM. So I'm going to just stay quiet for a second, and you can hear that there's really no noise, which is great, but I really need to cool this off as fast and as soon as possible before I bring CPU usage to 100%. I want to hear it. I want to hear a lot of movement when it comes to the fan. I'm a regular guy. I'm just trying to cool my PC. Do this at your own risk. I'm just a novice. Try things out and see if they work. So hopefully this will work, but I'm just gonna stay quiet now so you can hear that it's very low, the fan. Okay, that's long enough. As you can, I can see the fan moving. I don't know if you can see it on the video, and I could barely hear the fan moving. It is clean. I've cleaned it already, but I need more power coming out of that. I need that running at a higher speed so that my case gets cooled faster and sooner. All right, so let's just take out the old one and put the new one back in. So let me just shut off my computer. The fan went totally off. So let me bring it out and I can give you a closer look. Before you do this, make sure that you disconnect the fan. I mean the power. Disconnect the power before you disconnect the fan. So the way that you open the top of this CORSAIR One is that you go to the back, and there's this little button here, right there. You press it. And it'll pop up. Okay, it just popped up. And this will open up. That's the cable. No, the cables all look correct. It had 4 cables. I'm just wondering why I'm not picking up the RPMs. I thought maybe one of the cables became disconnected, but everything seems fine there. Let me take it out so I can show you the original fan. Just disconnect these 2 things. I can't do it with one hand. You just carefully just unplug them from each other. And it's pretty warm, the fan, because it was just running at high speed. And the actual cable is a lot shorter than the replacement one. I guess because you could use this as a case fan also. The original case fan cable is about 10 inches in length. That is 10 inches, roughing it. Maybe a little bit more. Let me pull on. About 10 inches, maybe 10.1. And I should have, both of them should be the same type of plug-in. Yep, they're both the same size, the same notches, yep, same notches. Perfect. Yep, same exact notches and everything. Okay, so it should fit fine. They are both the same exact size. I have one on top of the other, and it's all even. It should fit just fine. I'm going to be unscrewing the screws here. It's just 4 of them, but I'll just fast forward this part. Make sure you keep the original screws, totally different than what came with the fan. The default or the original screws are very different, much longer than the ones that come with it. And that definitely would not fit. Don't lose any of these. They are Phillips head or star screws. All right, so you can see. And just take a regular screwdriver. Perfect. Okay, now let's remove the actual fan. This is the original. And again, I believe this is 1600 RPMs. And this one's 3000. So we'll see hopefully we'll hear and see the difference. So this one, it was this way. So let me see what the direction, should have the fan direction. Very tiny, and you can see it, and it's with the arrow facing, as you can see, it's showing the one on the right, and the arrow facing down towards this. So it's like that. So that means the air is sucking in and blowing out through the top, as you can see right there. So that's the direction you put it in, with the arrow facing the actual, this mesh. Put that to the side. So I laid it out like this, and again the cable was on this side, just like that. So we're gonna try to imitate the same thing. Again, the arrow facing down. So we confirm that here, and we're gonna have to flip this one because this one, I guess for looks they did it the other way around. You can see the arrows facing down like this with the label on top, and this is the back of the fan. So for this, since the airflow is going that direction, it's gonna have to be towards this. And it's the same thing. So you can see they just swapped out the labeling. They put it on the other side. See, there's no bars here. So we'll get the same kind of look. You won't get these. These will be facing downward, keeping the fan away from the mesh here, like that. And again, confirming it. Yep, downward, just like that. Perfect. Now, hopefully everything will fit. There's some little pegs there where the screws will go in. And it has to fit in there to stay stable, to screw it in. So the way I'm gonna fix this really long cable is by I put it in, all the pegs are in. Every single peg is in, as you can see there. There. And there. Again, this is rubbery. This doesn't have any rubber. So hopefully it will reduce the 3000 RPM noise. Anyway, the cable's too long. So it's coming from here. This is just an idea if you want to just do what I'm doing to make it fit. And on the old fan, it was coming out of here. So we'll just bring it over here to this corner, right? And then from this corner, I'll bend it because it's long enough. Kind of shove it in and put it right here, see? So it'll simulate the same connection as the other one. Oh, I'm gonna have to move that. Let me get a wire tie. I wire tied them. Now you do this at your own risk. I didn't make it too tight, so if I have to take them off, I can just cut it off. But I wire tied one there and one there, and that's just to keep it kind of in place and away. Let me put the screw in here so that it doesn't get caught up in the screw. So once I got the screw in, which fit a little snug, you just have to push a little bit hard because of the rubber, but it does fit. Just align it and it'll screw in. Not too hard though, because it is plastic underneath. Let me fit this here. Fit this in here. Let me shove this in with, I can do it with one hand. Okay. The fan is moving around too much. Put it on a microfiber cloth to keep it from scratching. I don't want the black, nice black to be scratched up. All right, this is pushed in, and bring this to this area here. Oh, let me put the screw in here to make sure, yep, because I think the cable might get caught up in that too. So let me put a screw in there. Yeah, the cable would have gotten stuck in this. So let me put this screw in first. I took the cable out. I don't want it to be anywhere near the screw. You have to line it. Once you get it aligned, you put it in. It's hard to do this with one hand. Let me do it with two. So I just put all the screws in. Don't do what I did. Screw them in first before you start trying to do the wire management. So that way none of them are in the way and you can evenly put it on, because I had to loosen this one just to get a little bit more play on this one or this one. So do it one by one, get them snug, and then just go around and tighten them just a little bit more, not too tight because it is plastic. So let me do the wire management for this thing. Again, just pushing down. And here, sorry I'm taking so long with the actual installation. I just want you to see my mistakes so that you don't make them. Okay, now let's put it on top. So it should fit right in. Let me plug this in. So I'm putting it in. Fits perfectly. You can see the two lines there. And hopefully everything works. Okay, put it in nice and tight. Now we just have to close it up. I usually just shove some of the cable in first. Just a little bit, not too much. So when you take it out, you have to be careful when you do that you don't rip it off. So I'm laying the cable along here just to be careful. Oh, it locked. Perfect. All right, now let's plug it in and turn it on. Running Stress My PC again, and yep, you can see I'm putting in a piece of cardboard in here, thin piece of paper cardboard, and the fan is pushing a lot more powerful. With the other one, when I tried this, and I should have shown you that, but I think you could tell it was very low. Look at that. Yeah, it's moving. There's a lot more air coming out now. A lot more airflow. So you could hear the difference. So with the other one, a lot quieter because it wasn't spinning as fast. I believe that's 1600 RPMs. I believe this is at its max, 3000 RPM. I checked the MSI Dragon Center. I'm still not picking up the case fan. I'm going to try the BIOS to see if I see anything. But the fan is working. It is moving. And I feel like the other one, I put my hand over it. You know, I have to be patient because you could barely feel air coming out on the default fan, the old fan, the original fan, the stock fan. With this one, I can feel a lot of air, and as you saw with the paper, which I should have done with the original fan, but the airflow, you can tell there's a lot of air coming out. You can hear it. I'd say it's probably twice as loud, but the other one wasn't loud at all. So let me set it up so that I can put it in the position that I usually use it to see if I even can hear a difference, if this fan would even bother me. It's not that loud, actually. So I pushed it back. I usually sit here. I'm actually running a video at 2 times its speed, plus I'm running the stress test. And it's probably been about half an hour or so, and no issues. It's louder than the other one. It definitely is, but it's not bothersome. It's not that loud. It's not bothering me like I thought it would. My air conditioner is louder than this. So when I'm working here, behind me there's an air conditioner in the window. And when I put that on, you can hear that. So let me put that on to show you. So the air conditioner is louder than the computer. I don't know if you could hear it in the video, but I could hear it in real life. And again, I just don't want it to freeze up. I don't want it to stop all of a sudden. And I've been running this for a while now. I have this at 2 times its speed. It hasn't jittered or stopped or done anything. It hasn't slowed. My mouse hasn't gotten stuck. Sometimes I'll move my mouse and my mouse would just get stuck for a second when I'm running a lot of processes in the background, when I'm rendering a video and checking my email and doing this and that on the actual computer. The overheating slows down the CPU because the fan is just not fast enough. If I would have done this with the other fan, it would have slowed. I would have had jitter. It would have been an issue. Now, again, about half an hour, more than half an hour now, since the case fan is cooling off all the internal components probably twice as fast, I'm not getting the jitter, the hiccups or anything. So I am very happy with the fan price. I mean, I'm happy with the actual fan purchase, the price, and I hope I get many years of use out of it. And it's not that bad. So again, let me put it close. I'm going to stay quiet. She saw the paper. I tried to fell behind the monitor. I'll have to get that later. I hope you can hear the difference in the video. Definitely twice as loud, but the other one was, even at its highest setting, was just ultra quiet. I could deal with this noise. It's not a big issue. Especially if I'm running audio. If I'm watching a video and I have the audio going and I'm rendering a video in the background, I'm not going to hear this. Very happy with it. Alright, I'm going to end the video here. Again, I've had this running maybe 30-40 minutes or so. And this usually maxes out my PC. On the old one, it usually would hiccup, freeze, cause my computer just, like these green lines would just stop. And it would just get stuck and then come back. And because I would have to wait for things to cool off internally. So I am very happy with the case fan purchase. Alright, I hope you like the video. I hope it helps. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Noctua NF-A14 PWM heavy-duty cooling fan, 4-pin, 3000 RPM 140 mm, black. CosAiR One case fan replacement upgrade, 07092022. Cost, $29.95. Purchased on Amazon. Item dimensions LXWXH 5.51 x 0.98 x 5.51 inches. Brand Noctua. Power connector type 4-pin. Voltage 12 volts. Cooling method fan. Noise level 41.3 decibels. Material fiberglass reinforced polyamide. Maximum rotational speed 3000 RPM. See more about this item. Heavy-duty cooling fan, 140x 140x 25 mm, 12V, 4-pin PWM, max. 3000 RPM, max. 41.3 dBA, 150,000 HMTTF. Award-winning 140x 25 mm A-series fan with flow acceleration channels and advanced acoustic optimization frame for superior cooling efficiency. 12V 3000 revolutions per minute model, 41.3 dB, with 4-pin PWM connector for automatic speed control via 4-pin PWM fan headers, broad 800-3000 revolutions per minute speed range. High-speed industrial PPC version for industrial heavy-duty applications that require extreme cooling performance and advanced ingress protection. Ruggedized fiberglass reinforced polyamide construction and IP52 certified water and dust protection. Conceived for industrial heavy-duty applications that require enhanced cooling performance and advanced ingress protection, the NF-A14 Industrial PPC, Protected Performance Cooling, is a ruggedized high-speed version of the award-winning retail model. Thanks to the outstanding aerodynamic efficiency of the NF-A14 design and the use of a novel three-phase motor, the industrial PPC version provides superior airflow and pressure capacity while keeping noise levels and power consumption moderate as against comparable high-speed fans. While its fiberglass reinforced polyamide construction and certified water and dust protection make the NF-A14 industrial PPC suitable for operation in challenging environments, the renowned SSO2 bearing technology ensures an MTTF of over 150.000 hours. Topped off with Noctua's trusted reliability, the NF-A14 industrial PPC is an ideal choice for highly demanding applications that require superior flow rates and ultimate dependability. A 14. Award-winning NF-A14 design. Having received more than 100 awards and recommendations from the international press, Noctua's NF-A14 has become a proven premium choice for 140 mm cooling needs. Its renowned efficiency has convinced tens of thousands of customers all over the world. NF-A14 Industrial PPC-3000 PWM. Fiberglass reinforced polyamide construction. iPPC-3000. Three-phase motor design. 3000 revolutions per minute industrial PPC version. Running twice as fast as the 1500 revolutions per minute retail version, the NF-A14 Industrial PPC-3000 provides extreme airflow and pressure performance. Combined with the industrial PPC series robust polyamide construction and advanced protection features, this makes the fan ideal for challenging industrial applications. Fiberglass reinforced polyamide construction. Both the impeller and the frame of Noctua's industrial PPC fans are made entirely from fiberglass reinforced polyamide. This material can withstand temperatures up to 140 degrees Celsius and makes the fans even more robust and break-proof than Noctua's standard fiberglass reinforced PBT fans. Certified IP52 water and dust protection. Thanks to a special varnished coating that covers the motor and PCB, the NF-A14 industrial PPC complies with the ingress protection rating IP52. This means that it is not only highly dust resistant but also withstands dripping water equivalent to 3 mm rainfall per minute. 3-phase motor design. While most axial fans use single-phase motors with 4 slots, Noctua's industrial PPC fans feature a 3-phase design with 6 slots, which provides smoother transitions between the slots and thus allows for even higher running smoothness, further reduced vibrations and unprecedented energy efficiency. IP warning. Please note, the industrial PPC models are high-speed fans for industrial applications. As such, they are not as quiet as other Noctua fans and less suited for low-noise PC builds.
you.